Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen, and I'm doing a day in the life in my kitchen. And this was breakfast. It was Tuesday morning last, and this was some leftovers from dinner the day before where we had a fry for dinner. So you can see I have a bit of black and white pudding, a sausage, and I fried up an egg to add to it, and this was my breakfast on Tuesday morning. So now, excuse my voice, I have a bit of a hoarse throat, so if it's annoying, I apologise, but I had to do this voiceover, and if I'm going to be clearing my throat, I apologise too. So you're very welcome back to my kitchen. Today is an exciting day for me because I'm hosting a collaboration with some of my YouTube friends. So don't forget to go to the description box and see the playlist for this day in the life in the kitchen. So lots of people are joining in, and they're going to show you what goes on in their kitchen on a random day in June. And I'm so excited to see what everyone has gotten up to on their day in the kitchen. So you get to watch my day in the life in an ordinary day on a Tuesday in the west of Ireland, and see what we got up to and what we ate on this day. And here I'm just getting some rhubarb ready for later on in the day. This was frozen rhubarb that I had in the freezer. Lovely friend of mine had given me rhubarb a few weeks ago, and we were going on holidays. So I just chopped it up and popped it in the freezer. So it's full of goodness and full of vitamin C, and a perfect little treat on a not so warm west of Ireland June day. So I love rhubarb, and it's just so delicious and so full of goodness. It's full of vitamin C, as far as I know. So I'm getting the rhubarb ready here, and I will show you then how I add in some sugar later on. So who likes rhubarb? It's definitely something that I love, and I grew up eating rhubarb, and we generally have it with custard. That's just the way we love it. I know some people would love to make rhubarb crumble or rhubarb pie, but it's generally just rhubarb and custard that we have here in this house. And then when my rhubarb is nice and soft, I add in a generous amount of sugar to sweeten it up. And I'm never too shy about how much sugar I put in, because you have to have the proper taste or nobody will eat it. And it's not something that you have every day of the week, so I don't mind putting the sugar into this. And then we serve it with it was the easy option this day. Had some Tesco custard, ready-made custard, and warmed the custard up and had warm custard and rhubarb as I think it was our supper that day. Our evening snack, we had rhubarb and custard. So there it is. Simple as that. Yummy. So next I move on to preparing dinner. And today's dinner, or this day, which was Tuesday, it was spaghetti bolognese. So I have some mince in the freezer that I had got when they had the yellow stickers on. Actually, that one I picked up on the day. I think it was it? No, that was April. So that was one in the freezer, and then that was down $2.52 down from, I think that one was half price. Well, almost half price. That was €4 down to $2.52. And then the other one I think was a third off. And I got that on the day in our local little grocery store. And there you can see I have a jar of bolognese, chopped tomatoes, onion, mushroom, pepper. I generally pop in anything that I have in the fridge that needs using up. Actually, there's 2 old mushrooms there that I decided against because when I went to chop them up, they were rock hard. So I didn't put them in the spaghetti bolognese. So this is just my quick way of making spaghetti bolognese on a day where I don't want to think too much about what I'm making for dinner. So I have some garlic cloves. Just speed this up and show you how I throw together my spaghetti bolognese. So I just chop up all the veg in as neat a manner as possible. There's no rules. Whatever size you want the veg to be chopped into, and then I saute my onions and garlic, and when they're soft, I add in my mince and brown it. So one of these packs was pork and beef mince, and then the other one was beef mince. So I browned the meat, and then I added in some steak seasoning. You could add in whatever seasoning you want there. Then I add in the rest of the veg and soften that up and start cooking, and then add in the bolognese sauce and the tin of tomatoes. And I rinse those out with water as well, just to get the last little bit of whatever's in them in, and then I just leave that to cook. And in the meantime, I do my spaghetti. I think it was linguine I used that day. No homemade spaghetti on this day. This is one of the quick days. I grated some cheese and then served up dinner spaghetti bolognese with grated cheese on top. And we had some wine left over from the weekend, so myself and my husband had a lovely glass of wine with ours. And actually the sun had come out this evening, so we decided to have our dinner outside in the sunshine, which made it a little bit extra special, especially with the glass of wine. So it's one of these dinners that everyone in the house enjoys. So I enjoy throwing it together. It's great that it's so easy to do. And here we are outside, and there's the grated cheese going on, and you can see the sun shining down on us. And it always, I think, just makes dinner a little bit extra special, especially in Ireland, to be able to sit out and eat outside in the sunshine. And there's my little glass of vino. So we carry everything, all the little condiments and cutlery out in that plastic container. And there's everyone tucking into their spaghetti bolognese, Fiona style. I think one of my very first videos I made spaghetti bolognese, I think it was, and there was a comment in the comments saying that is not spaghetti bolognese. So even though I had said in the video that it was Fiona style. So there it is. That was dinner on this day. And then, I don't know why I'm still showing you my dinner. Oh yes, I added in some salt and pepper. I absolutely love pepper on pasta dishes. And I heard that the Italians love pepper on their dishes too, their pasta dishes. And there is the sun shining down on us. So that was dinner. And then this is the aftermath of dinner. Is anyone else's kitchen like this after making dinner? It's spotless at the start of the day, and then this is it. And there's the blue sky, so everything is getting left behind. We made our takeaway coffee. We made our coffee at home, and then we went for a walk on the promenade in Salthill. And during this day also I picked up a Too Good To Go from the app Too Good To Go from Maca Beans in Salthill. This was our first time getting one from here, so everyone was very excited to see what we got for €3.99, I think it was. So here you get the little view of what we got in our Too Good To Go bag. And everything was actually delicious. Everyone got a taste of everything with the next day or two. Today is Thursday and everything just got finished up today. So there was coffee and walnut cake, croissants, some cinnamon rolls, and there was another little savoury thing. They were delicious. And here to finish up the day, because the two of us had sore throats and coughs and feeling a little bit miserable, we had a hot whiskey. So my husband made us a hot whiskey to wind down that night, and it was absolutely delicious. So if you don't know how to make one, you heat your glasses first. You would make sure you have a metal spoon in your glass. So you heat your glass with boiling water, and then you use a spoon of sugar in each glass and a spoon of honey we like to put in, especially if we're not feeling well. So a spoon of honey in each glass, and then a measure of whiskey, whatever whiskey you have. This is Paddy, which is an Irish brand of whiskey. And yeah, just one measure for each glass. And then you add boiling water and stir and enjoy. And that's exactly what we did. So I want to thank you all for joining me in my kitchen, and thank you for joining me for this day in the life in my kitchen. And please remember to go to the description box and you'll get the playlist for all the other videos where everyone is going to show you what they got up to in their kitchen for a day. And I want to thank all my lovely friends, my collaborators on this video, for joining in on the collaboration. And I'm really excited to watch all your videos now. And I hope everyone watching enjoys. And don't forget to say hello. If you're visiting from another channel, make sure you let us know that you're coming over from, and whichever channel you've come over from. And that's it. I will talk to you all soon. I hope you're all well. Just to let you all know, any of my subscribers, I was in Ephesus, in Our Lady's house in Ephesus recently on our holidays in Turkey, and I prayed for you all there. And I entered my subscribers on the list of intentions for Mass on that Sunday. It was Pentecost Sunday, actually. And it was absolutely wonderful to visit Our Lady's house, and that was our third time having been there. So that was the day in the life, again, as I showed you, as I said. And the last clip here is going to be my clean kitchen, but it wasn't that evening. It was the next morning after I cleaned up after breakfast. That was the next time that my kitchen was clean. So just so you know, it's real life around here. So there's my clean kitchen. Although some people might say it's still not super clean at that stage. But for me, this is what my clean kitchen looks like. Bye!